Hello there, I'm the Wild Witch, and if this is your first time here, I'm sight impaired, but magic has no limitations. Welcome back to my channel, Wild Ones. Let's have a cozy little chat all about witchcraft books, so settle on in and let's get started. I'm responding to the butterfly book tag that was started by my sweet friend Beverley Butterfly. Her channel mention will be down below for you in the description, so if you haven't checked her out, feel free to pop on over and do so. She has some amazing content. I promise you will not be disappointed. But Beverley, thank you so much for tagging me, and I wanted to wish you a very happy belated birthday. I hope you had a good one. And I'm really excited to dive into her witchy, bookish questions. But before we do, I have to show you the mug I picked out for today. So I grabbed this from my little mug collection that I have, and I just thought it was very fitting, very appropriate. So we are going to be sipping on some lavender vanilla coffee. It is divine. I love this blend. It's just a Starbucks, but it's really good. Okay, so the first question is, what witchcraft speciality draws you to buying a new book? So the books I purchase mainly focus on my areas of interest, which this is very, very vast, but the main books that I tend to buy are anything about green witchcraft or Celtic witchcraft, Celtic spirituality and mythology, especially Irish mythology, Scottish mythology, Welsh mythology, anything that falls under that Celtic umbrella, I eat that up. I love it. Druidry, that's another big one for me. Fairy faith, spirituality, fairy witchcraft. Although I do tend to purchase books focused on the topics I just mentioned, I don't like to limit myself. I am interested in a wide variety of different witchcraft books exploring different topics. I like to read a lot of different things, but in regards to books, what draws me to buying a book, of course the topic definitely matters, but what draws me more to a book is the quality of the content inside. You know, does it have a lot of resources, references in the back of the book? I like to know where they got their information from. I like to read from credible authors. And if it's a book purely on personal gnosis, I like that to be clear right from the start. So that's what draws me into books. So I hope that's helpful. Question number 2 is, what book in your collection do you refer to daily? So I actually have quite the pile next to me. We're gonna go through this as quickly as I can. And my daily references do tend to change, so I'm just gonna put that out there. The first I want to show you isn't actually a book, nor is it about witchcraft, but it could be used for witchcraft, if that makes any sort of sense. So this is Pennsylvania Trees and Wildflowers. It's currently spring. A lot of the plant life is starting to come back, and I like to have this to refer to when I'm outside, either in my yard or out in nature. This is very helpful. And I believe that they have these for every state. And if you're outside of the US, I'm sure you could find one for your region or province. And I love this. I'm big into my local bioregion, you know, exploring what grows here, because my magic is enhanced when I have a deeper connection to a plant, and if I could find it growing in the wild and learn about it, that just enhances my magic even more. So I'm just gonna show you. It folds out like this. Okay, I have another one also that features some different trees and wildflowers, but it's in my travel bag right now, so I didn't think to grab that one. But I hope that's helpful for you. It's really helpful to know, what plants are in your area, especially in my practice. I don't just refer to this though. I use an app and other references as well. That way I know 100% before I touch a plant. This I actually got a few weeks ago. It's The Complete Language of Flowers, and it's weird. I got this at Barnes & Noble, and I already knew it was gonna be there, like, intuitively. So I'm like, we gotta go pick up this book, and it was right where I thought it was. It was crazy. But this is nice. I will show you. Oh, here's my bookmark. I was referring to the violets, specifically Viola sororia, wild violet, and that's in here. I love that the illustrations are full color. That's really helpful to someone who's sight impaired like myself. Black and white illustrations are really hard for me to see, so the color is so helpful. So although I like this book, it's really a great quick reference, but what I'm looking for I have not been able to find, so maybe you can help me. I'm looking for a book that goes really, really deep into like flower folklore. Like the Victorians had a whole language about flowers and what they mean, the symbolism behind them. That's why I like this book. It just briefly tells you what it symbolizes, but I want to know, like, give me the meat, give me the stories, give me the folklore, give me the reasons. And that's something that I'm looking for, so if you have anything like that, please let me know. The next book I want to show you is A Compendium of Herbal Magic by Paul Barrel. So I've actually had this for a year, and I only recently started diving into it, and I have an extra copy that I'll be giving away in another video, so keep your eye out for a giveaway video. It will be happening. So I'm looking here. I haven't delved too much into it, but it has been a recent reference as of late. There are several plant illustrations per page, and there's a decent amount of information here. I just wanted a different reference other than, this is a staple for me, Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. I like to switch it up. Sometimes different authors have different herbal correspondences or different herbs that are featured in the book. The Green Witch Guide to Herbal Magic by Annabelle Margaret. You might be familiar with this author. She is the Green Witch here on YouTube, and she also has a vlog channel, Annabelle Margaret, here on YouTube. And I like this book. I actually have it in both physical form and Kindle, because not just because I want to support a very incredible creator, but I like to make accommodations for my sight impairment, and I've been going way more digital lately than physical because I can read with my sight impairment. I have special glasses. I still have to get like way up close to see the book, but it puts a lot of strain on my eyes, so digital has definitely been the way to go for me. Something I really do appreciate is that she mentions the counterindications for some herbs. Like, this book not only focuses on the magical, but it also focuses on the medicinal, which I love. It's a great combination, and I actually have several medical conditions. I have Hashimoto's, and I already knew, but it was so nice to see it confirmed in her book that, you know, lemon balm does counteract thyroid medication. So most herbal correspondence books you will not see counterindications, and I really, really value that she incorporates that. I got this used on thrift books. This is also a year old in my collection, but new to my practice, so I can't tell you too much about it right now. This is occult botany, and I like that it goes over a lot of medicinal uses for the herbs, because a lot of magical properties do come from the medicinal uses. Not only do I work with herbs in my witchcraft practice, but I'm a budding herbalist, so it's a really nice resource to have. Question number 3 is, what non-witchcraft book has inspired your practice? So, there's 2 that immediately come to mind. The first one being Anne of Green Gables, because it's very connected to nature and gardening, and my practice is very nature-centric, and I'm very deep into gardening. Gardening has a huge influence on my practice, being able to grow my own herbs. And the second book is The Mist of Avalon. So when I first started getting into witchcraft way back in 2012, I found the Mist of Avalon movie through researching Bridget, and I absolutely loved that movie. I found out there was a book and I devoured it. I loved it, and it's really influenced my practice to where it is today. So, Anne of Green Gables and The Mist of Avalon. Question number 4 is, who is your favorite witch author and why? So, I can't pick a favorite author. That's really hard for me, but I will talk about some that I've really enjoyed. The first one being Christopher Penczak. He is a very experienced and knowledgeable practitioner, magician. His books are really relatable, easy to understand, easy to put the knowledge into practice. The second one being Matt Oren. I really enjoyed his book Psychic Witch and Manifesting Magic, and or is it Mastering Magic? I don't remember the title right now, but I'm working on his tarot book. He has really helped me to work on my psychic awareness, and he's such a down-to-earth author. It's very easy to follow his exercises. Another author that I really enjoy is Ellen Everett Hoffman, my friend Lunar Sarah. Hey girl, hey! She introduced me to her work and I really enjoy it. She has a lot of Celtic tree wisdom, druidic knowledge, oh my goodness, like a lot of herbalism, folkloric knowledge. I love her. And Amy Blackthorne for her botanical knowledge as well. The 5th question is, if you could write a witchcraft book, what would it be about? So I would write a book about my perspective of witching with a disability, witching with my visual impairment and chronic illnesses. I have Hashimoto's, PCOS, Addison's. The list goes on and on and on. But that often influences my energy level. I'm a spoony witch. And I want to talk about how my disability has had an influence on my practice, how it has brought me to my practice and made me the witch that I am. My outlook, which is a very positive outlook and perspective. The strengths, finding empowerment and strength through disability. And I'm just giving you my whole outlook on witchcraft and disabilities, like tips and tricks, also advice for non-disabled witchcraft practitioners, and spiritual leaders, about making accommodations for folks that have disabilities so that they could be included in practice in a community setting, and making accommodations, the accommodations that I made. I feel like being a witch with a disability, it can be very lonely, it can be very isolating. This is my perspective, and I want others to know that they're not alone, that there are others out there. They might not have your exact experience or your exact disability, but it's nice to have someone to relate to, and I want to also give a voice to other practitioners with disabilities. I would love to interview them for my book and get their perspectives and get their ideas, tips, and tricks. You know, being a witch with a disability, through my perspective, we can often be overlooked because we are a big minority. And I don't know, I just want to give a voice to others and help to raise each other up as disabled witches within the community. Number 6 is to show 3 books from your TBR or to be read pile. I currently have a huge to be read pile. It's all virtual because the books I'm working on are digital format, so through Audible and Kindle. The first one is The Witch's Home by Patty Wigington, and I'm really enjoying this book so far. I like that she's really creative with her home spells, like a mailbox spell. I never would have thought of that. I think it's brilliant, and she's just very innovative. I love that about her, and I have that one on Audible. Fairycraft by Emily Carding. I'm really enjoying that book so far. I love that she's going through the fairy star and the associations that she has with it. I think that's really fascinating to learn about her practice and her insights on fairy magic. The next one is trigger warning, so it does involve animal skulls. It's called Death's Head: Animal Skulls in Witchcraft and Spirit Work. So I recently got my first animal skull. It is actually attached to a beautiful piece of artwork. It's a raccoon skull, and it's on like a tree, a little tree stump with mushrooms and moss, and there's LED fairy lights in there. Crystals. It is so beautiful. I want to connect to this skull more, so I picked up this book to learn some techniques and methods to work with the spirit within the skull. His name is Fern. So those are what's in my TBR pile right now. The final question, number 7, is to tag 3 people. So it's a way to keep the tag going. You remember those chain letters like in the 90s and 2000s? That kind of dates me, but I used to love those. So who am I gonna tag? Let's tag, oh, this is hard. Just 3. Okay, let's tag The Crone's Cottage, Miss Kulala's Mystical Musings, Carla, and we're gonna tag Lauren Moss. Tag, you're it, it's your turn. I would love to hear from you in the comments. I wanna know your answers to these questions. What are you reading? What are you referring to? Who are your favorite authors? And what non-witchy books inspired your practice? I can't wait to connect with you in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, please do let me know. That way I know to make more of this kind of stuff in the future. If you like what I do here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel for more wild witchcraft and magical living from the perspective of a sight-impaired witch. And you're welcome to check out my other content as well. If you like this, there's sure to be something else on my channel that you'll enjoy. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really enjoyed chatting with you about these witchy books, and I will see you really soon. Stay wild and whimsical. Until next time, bye for now.